8B3, report regarding monthly facility maintenance and operation projects. Dr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir. This evening we bring this monthly report from the Facilities Maintenance and Operations Department. Dr. Barrera and Ruben Trevino are here to guide us through this month's projects, and this is for information only.
Yes, good evening again. I've got Mr. Ruben Trevino here to bring that monthly facility maintenance and operations project. He's got a listing of about 10 projects to go over, so I'll go ahead and turn the floor over to Mr. Trevino.
Good afternoon, Dr. Gonzalez.
Good afternoon.
The first couple of slides that I'll be presenting are the completed projects during the last 3 weeks. We've got the Mackay Security Hut with the new roof, painted AC installation in full force now. The Memorial High School Security Hut as well with the same items. On the next slide, you'll see the row security hut that will be installed by the end of this week. Electrical power has already been installed at the area on the south east side of the campus. The guard shack is fully ready to be moved. Concrete was poured on Thursday of last week, and we should be moving in the next couple of days. The next project is the stadium handrails that were safety rails that were installed at the stadium. Those have been completed as well. Another one of the complete projects, which went with the Save Our Schools volunteer program, which is Jackson Elementary, removal of an old asphalt area that was there that's now, sprinkler system was expanded and the grass was provided by the SOS group along with part of the school. 32 pallets, is it? Yes. Pallets of grass. We also have ongoing a bid that we put out for asphalt repairs throughout the district, which includes 4,000 square feet of asphalt that will be commencing this week. We also have at Travis Middle School in the gym area. We will be installing a window for the concession area so that the fans or students don't have to be going in and out all the time. Over at Jackson Elementary, we've just completed the installation of a reception window and a hallway window, moving the front office personnel adjacent to the front office of the school to where they're able to walk in and be greeted directly by a receptionist prior to going through the safety doors of the school. The ongoing projects are the two big roofing projects that we have, which is the Leon, which should be complete this coming month in November, scheduled for full completion. And we also have our Nicky Rowe tile installation going on right now. We also continue with the carpet removal and tile installation. We finished several campuses that were pending. The pictures here represent the Memorial High School Library when it was being worked on. It is now fully complete. The submitted and completed work orders that we have for the month of September, we had 1,272 submitted, 1,256 completed on the total work orders. The upcoming projects that we have, we're commencing the indoor air quality at Memorial High School this week with our purchase order already in place for Terracon Consultants, and the rest of the schools will follow. The additional chiller replacements, we're purchasing going for purchasing two this week as well. And the rest of the projects are the ongoing projects that we have, which is the exterior painting of the portables, the paving project that we're in design right now, the tennis court resurfacing and the rooftop replacements, along with the asphalt repair, and tree trimming has started district-wide as well. We put out a bid for the district-wide palm tree trimming, which includes about 200 of the higher palm trees. You'll be able to see the work already around the stadium and a couple of the high schools. The high schools are the first campuses to be done. On the following slide, it's the completion of the hail damage budget that we have. The two slides are the completed projects that were completed as of June 2015. That was prior to me coming on, which was this past summer. And then On the following slide, you'll have the hail damage that are ongoing and that have been completed, which is a district-wide canopy repairs, the Mackay cooling towers, the De Leon and the row roof, which are ongoing, and in-house HVAC replacements. The balance available up to date is $3,142,079. And the upcoming projects that we'll be working on is the south wing over at Garza. We have the Gonzalez roof, the Rayburn roof, the Lincoln roof, and the HVAC unit replacements that will be replaced with the, trying to use those 3.1 million that are left.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino. Any questions from the board?
More comment, if you don't mind, sir.
Yes, sir, Trustee Fornia.
Kudos, Mr. Trevino. I don't know if you caught the letter to the monitor the other day about the handrails being up at the stadium. A woman said she's been a fan for a long time, and she'll continue to be a fan because she can get up and around the stadium. And a project that was not listed that is pretty significant, though, is the application of the koala bear changing stations in the restrooms at the stadium.
Baby changing stations, yes.
So would that is just, now we have the baby changing stations that are in each of the restrooms at the stadium, where, in case somebody's looking, I don't have any kids that small anymore, but hopefully we'll have some.
The first two that were installed were in the female bathroom areas, and the two that should be installed before the game on Thursday will be in the male restrooms.
All right, I'll take my little one to the game.
So we'll have one in each of the restrooms, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you for your good work, sir. You and your crew.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Fornia. Trustee Suarez.
Mr. Trevino, it's my understanding that all these projects that you're listing will be within the budget of the 3.1 million?
That is our goal. Our goal is to be within or way below that.
I like the way below, that's pretty good.
That is the goal. Yes, sir.
Great job.
Any other comments from the board? Looking at this project, as part of the agreement or understanding when we settled this claim was that the $17.5 million was going to be towards hail damage. Looking at this complete list to date, it seems like that's been the case. Is that a fair statement and observation of looking at this list?
From what we started from, and then based on what Jensen had put out there, and then as we move through the listing that we show here, and then we go to that next page, it sure looks like the department is well on their way.
Okay. Now, you mentioned Jensen. Jensen was the public adjuster that the district hired. Is that who you're referring to?
Yes, that's right.
And the total estimated damage that Jensen came up with that we use as a basis of negotiating with our insurance provider was $20,156,841.97.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the total estimated damage that the district sustained. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. There was no other pending items or anything in question that was not included in this estimated damage?
Not to my knowledge. Was there anything after?
At that moment, I was,
We're not with the
that was
district.
4 years ago.
This was the amount we settled on. This is the amount that Jensen generated for us, and going for after that, I don't think there was anything else that was added.
Okay. And I see on the far right column, it says the balance of $6,943,310.45. That comparing it to the balance of $3,142,079. It's that the difference we've already allocated towards projects that are not completed, or why is there a difference of $6.9 million to the 3.1?
There's an allocation going to the two big roof projects.
Okay. So it's an allocated amount, and that's being already taken out of this record, but it hasn't been actually spent. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. The remaining balance is 3.1.
After the roofs?
After the roofs, yes.
Okay. So is there any remaining hail damage regarding AC units or roofs that are pending in the district for which we settled with our insurance carrier that was part of the $20 million estimated damage, $20.1 million estimated damage?
Aside from the upcoming projects?
Yes, aside from that. In other words, is there any other elementary school, middle school, or another high school besides Rowe that we need a roof or AC units that were part of the $20.1 million estimated damage for which we haven't fixed already or plan to fix?
There's still various HVAC units out there that will need a replacement.
So would it be fair to say that we have hail damage that exceeds the 20.1 damage, $20.1 million in damage?
It will exceed automatically because of the 13% adjustment that
We settled on.
we settled on. So there's still 2.2, 2.3 million that has to be taken out from areas that are not going to get to be completed.
Okay, because you're talking about the deductible amount, because we got 17.5 was a settlement, but there was no way we were going to get the 20.1 because we had a deductible we had to pay. Is that what you're referring to? Is that
Yes.
that 2,400,000? That's what you're referencing. All right, so where's that on the list then of those items that are not already on the list to be repaired, that need to be repaired, that were held
That is
damage?
that is what we're working on currently, on a priority basis on the HVAC units.
Okay.
You've got some HVAC units that might have coil damage to them, such as the ones on the photographs on the last slide.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that they're not working, but they're not working as efficient, but they haven't gotten to.
All right, I'll leave it at that, but I have some real concerns that, when you look at that, I mean, that is significant.
Yes.
On that last slide. That is clear hail damage.
Yes.
So, all right, fair enough. Any other questions or thoughts?
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir,
We've been
Trustee
on
Esparza.
the row high school, and looking at the chart on page 73, the total roof, the cost there was what? Because I know we've only spent 118,000, but the cost is, because it was estimated at 3.5, you got it?
I got
You
it.
came in at what, do you remember?
2.4.
Okay, so we're going to
2.4
spend a lot more.
2.45
That's just-
is the cost that we're on contract right now.
Okay, so that 118 is just what's been spent to date. And then
The 118 was the marquee and other portable buildings and areas that were corrected immediately right after the hail.
Okay, and then at De Leon, it has it estimated at 1.4. They've started over there already, right?
Yes, De Leon, we're finishing up this coming month.
And that one came in at how much?
That one came in at 1.3 with about $100,000 contingency, which puts it at 1.4.
So they were on target on that one? huh?
Yes.
Okay. And some of these are, we actually expended more than what the estimate was, right? Because that's what, those numbers that are in the parentheses are where we
Yes, sir.
spent more. Because we did more stuff or because the estimate was off? Like at Sam Houston, we spent $38,000, they had an estimate of $14,000, so we spent an extra 25, almost 28 grand, 28,000 there. Was it different things or the estimate was off?
Where you see some of those overages, and Dr. Barrera, correct me if I'm wrong, if you'll see some of the schools there, that's when they purchased the marquees that go outside the schools, which were that 20, 22, 25,000 per campus. And that's why you see the expenditure not matching.
Yeah.
Well, look at Ben Milam. It's over 464,000, so that's not just the marquee.
No,
No,
So the estimate there was that far off, $500,000 off? You look at Ben Milam.
Yeah, we did the
spent
roof.
almost $1 million there, and the estimate was
Mr.
at
Show says it's the insured cost.
565.
We did the
Shed
roof.
some light on that, Andy? I'm just curious, because
I can probably, and I don't have all the specifics of it, but I can tell you sometimes the estimates for example, roofs, for partial repairs. And I know when we started to looking at repairs, we weren't going to make partial repairs, we were going to repair
do the whole
roofs.
thing.
And I think that's the example he's giving on the marquee. There was some marquee damage, and so an estimate included repair of the damage. But at around the same time, the district decided to replace the marquees.
Okay.
So it was additional cost that was not part of the estimate. So that was a decision the district took on to pay that additional cost for those kinds of repairs.
It was the roof, it was the skylights, and it was the AC systems that we chose to go ahead and replace.
At Milam?
At Milam, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, most of them, I mean, they're not that big. The rest of them look, that was a bigger one.
And I believe Mac High, just kind of a history, the estimate was for partial, and we chose to go at it complete, do a complete re-roof on that. And we also chose, I believe they were like in kind, but we went up, we chose a little bit different grade.
And at Novato, we're still, we've expended 20,000. There's still more work going on at Novato, is that correct?
Navarro,
The estimate is at a little over $500,000.
yeah, you got some more work going. Yeah, I believe there's some more
It's
work.
not on the list.
It is number one.
Well, no, when you go further down, it says upcoming projects and ongoing, it's not on that list.
Is there any,
Is there a reason? I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, that's fine, that's fine. Because they had an estimate of about $500,000, we spent 20,000.
What campus was that, sir?
108, Navarro.
Do you have any more work that's going to be done there?
Yeah, there's additional, and there's some campuses here that the roofs were taken care of through the Amoresco funding and not the hail damage. So Alvarez is one of them, also Garza, part of it, and McAuliffe. So
Is Novato
McAuliffe,
one of them?
Navarro's also one of them,
It
yes.
is? Okay.
And if you see McAuliffe, you'll see the difference as well. On the second page,
Okay,
McAuliffe and Garza.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions from the board? Thank you for your report. Thank you, Mr. Silva. Mr. Trevino.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Ruben.